I'm very grateful to be where I'm at in life. I'm very grateful to have a bed. I'm very grateful to have running water. I'm very grateful to have food in my refrigerator. I'm very grateful to have a job. I'm very grateful to have money in my pocket. I'm very grateful to experience the blessings that God gave me in my life. Even though even though that sometimes I might feel like I don't have enough, I do. I have more than enough because there's people in this world that would kill to be in the same position as me. There's people in this world that are sleeping outside that wish they can sleep on a bed with their dog. I sleep every day on my bed and I cuddle with my dog. That's a blessing. There's people out there that would kill for that. There's people in other countries begging for food, begging for water. There's people right now in the hospital dying of cancer, children dying of cancer. There's people out there that are literally going through way worse struggles that we could ever imagine. There's kids in other countries seeing their neighbors and their family members get blown up into pieces. Bro, we are beyond blessed. We don't even realize how grateful we should be in our life. We take life for granted like it's some game. And this life isn't a game. This life isn't a joke. This life is very, very hard and it's very, very difficult. And there's a lot of bad things that go on in this world. But just remember that there's also good things that happen on this earth as well. You know? Like you got to look at the little things in life and just be grateful for that. You got to start looking at life and you got to start looking at life through different lenses. Be grateful that you breathe air. I I can probably bet $1,000 that you guys aren't thankful to be breathing air. You know what I mean? Be grateful that you have legs, that you have arms. But there's people out there that don't have legs and arms. Man, every day when I'm at work, I see a guy with no legs and no arms going to the grocery store and doing his laundry. Do you know how much motivation that gives me? I have no room to complain after seeing him doing that. Like, man, we have to be grateful. That's why I always respect anybody who's going through the struggle because I know how hard it probably is for them. I try to put myself in other people's shoes because if you don't ever put yourself in somebody else's shoes, you'll never be humble in your heart. You know what I mean? You got to be humble. You got to start looking at people who are struggling and you got to start helping them and you got to start being humble and putting yourself in your shoes and realizing that life is difficult, life is hard. Even if I was famous or even if I had a lot of money or was rich or I had everything that I ever wanted, I'm still going to remain the same person that I am and I'm going to give cuz even if I became rich and famous, I'm going to give back to the community. I'm going to help people that are homeless. I'm going to charge people probably only $800 in rent just so they can afford to live because this economy is crazy. Groceries should not be this expensive. Rent should not be this expensive. Buying a house shouldn't be $1 million. Like this is insanity. How does the world expect people to live when things are this expensive and this hard?